Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on my channel. If you are interested in videos like this, then hit that subscribe button. Today we're gonna be talking about our July budget, which is crazy because I feel like I just posted my June budget, which in reality, I really just did post it a couple of weeks ago. I was pretty behind on my videos for a while, but I am happy to be bringing you guys our July budget. I do have some changes to this budget because it is the summertime now, and I'm also making some adjustments to our sinking funds. So it will be a little bit more interesting probably than my normal budgets because I feel like my normal budgets are very repetitive. So hopefully this will be a little bit more interesting. I'm also making a little bit of a change to our grocery budget, which I will talk about in a minute. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first category here is our income. So my husband and I are both salaried, have the same jobs, have had for a really long time, salaried, W-2, all of that stuff. So our income is really consistent. We do occasionally get bonuses, but they're not very frequent. And also we do usually have side hustle income, which I talk about in our Debt Free Friday videos. So if you are interested in learning about our side hustle stuff, watch my Debt Free Friday videos. But our W-2 income is a flat $7,300, and that is what we budget based off of. Any additional income that we receive during the month goes to whatever goal we're working on right now, which is our Roth IRA. Right now we're working on maxing out my husband's Roth IRA, and we're also going to be maxing out mine hopefully as well. So those are the goals that we're currently working on. So any of our extra money will go towards this. I do our budget based on the bare minimum that I know that we'll be making just off of our regular jobs. So first section here is our fixed expenses. So these are our expenses that typically don't change month to month and that are our regular monthly expenses, recurring expenses that we don't put on a credit card versus our variable expenses, which are expenses that are variable, they change, they might be different every single month, etc. And one thing to note is that we do put all of these variable expenses on a credit card, which I'll talk about in a second because you see this here. But we do put all of these on a credit card and we pay it off usually 2 times a month, sometimes more often than that, depending on where I'm at with my budget and how how well I'm tracking, I should say. I usually make at least 2 payments a month. Sometimes I make up to 4. Sometimes I pay weekly if I'm really on top of my stuff, which I haven't been lately, but that's okay. So fixed expenses, the first one we have on here is our mortgage. So our mortgage is currently $2,527. This will be going back down, I think the beginning of next year. I think it was March that it changed. So we did have an escrow shortage. So we did need to add that into our monthly payment for the next year. So it will hopefully be closer to $2,300, $2,400 by the time we're done paying that excess off. So I just like to reference that because this is not our forever payment necessarily. I mean, I guess you never know with property taxes and stuff, but that will be updated in a few months. Next up is our credit card fee. So we do, like I said, pay all of our variable expenses. Anything that we can pay on a credit card, we pay on our credit card to get points, mileage, whatever. The primary card that we use is my Southwest card, which is what this credit card fee is for. We do pay $99 a year. I do find it to be very worth that for us because we do spend enough on that card to make it worth it as far as the amount of mileage that we get from it. I know that there's a lot of Instagrammers and YouTubers that are really into travel hacking. I'm sure that we are not doing it in the absolute most efficient way that we could be. I'm sure that we could be saving a ton more money, but it's not something that I have the time to dedicate right now to. So I'm hoping to kind of learn more about that in the next few years to maximize our travel hacking. But at this time, we just use our Southwest credit card for all of our daily expenses and pay it off in full. We never pay any interest on it, and we just accrue mileage. We usually, pretty much for every vacation that we've had in the last few years, we've been able to fly for free because we've been banking these points for so many years. We just have so many points at all times, basically, because we do a lot of spending every single month on all of our stuff. So we build up those and then we can fly pretty much for free. So it's really nice. Again, I have looked into making sure that the credit card fee is worth it, and for us, it definitely is. We also do get I think 6,000 to 7,000 points when we pay our annual fee, so we basically are paying for the points in that way. You get anniversary points, whatever. Anyway, all that to say, we have a $99 fee this month. It comes out every July. I did call last year to see if they would waive it, and they did not. So I might try again. I know a lot of people have had luck with calling and being like, I'm gonna cancel my card, and then maybe they'll waive it for you. So I might try that again and see if they'll waive it for me, because that would be cool to have a year off, especially because we've had this card for probably like 8 years, I wanna say, or close to. So we've had it for quite a while. So I'm hoping maybe they'll waive it this year. We'll see. Next up is our Peloton. So we do have a Peloton bike. I have admittedly been horrible lately with going on it, to be honest, which sucks. But if you've watched my channel recently, you know I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. So I have been completely outside of like my regular routine and stuff. So I'm really hoping to get back on it. I love our Peloton. I love the bike. I love doing all like the workouts, but it's just not been something that I have dedicated time to lately. So that is on my list of things that I would really like to get back into soon. Next up is our internet. So we do have just our internet through our, oh my gosh, 60, sorry. That's why it's hard for me to talk and write sometimes. $60 for our internet. We don't have cable, we just have internet. Then we have giving, which comes out every single month. We do $100 to St. Jude. I do want to increase this and maybe donate to another charity. I'm trying to find a good one for something related to how my sister passed away. So my sister passed away in May from a pulmonary embolism. So I'm kind of trying to see if I can find like some sort of charity that I could donate money to for that as well. I would love to add that to this. So if you guys know of any, let me know. I'm just in the beginning stages of like kind of trying to think of something that I could find to donate money that would be related to that. So yes, I am interested. If you guys know of any off the top of your head, let me know. Otherwise, I will be doing some research into that. I would just like to give more money at this point. We've been at $100 for quite a while, so I would like to like double that and give another 100 to another charity as well. So our brokerage, this is something that we just started doing 2 months ago, I think. We are putting $100 into our brokerage every single month. I just have an auto pull every month now for $100. I'm again hoping to increase this in the future, but for now we're just gonna do $100. The reason for this is we kind of had just not been doing anything with our brokerage account and just it's been sitting, and I would like to start putting money into that investment every single month. So that was why we started doing that. I'm really happy that we started doing that. I think it's really good practice to just be having an amount go there every single month. And my husband and I are hoping to retire early, so we do want to have like some flexibility in where we have our money. So we do put a decent amount into like our 401ks and our Roth IRAs, but we do want to have some flexibility in the event that we do want to retire early. So we don't want to put all of our eggs in the like tax advantage retirement accounts necessarily, because those have more limitations on as far as like retiring early. Now, I don't know if that's even a possibility for us at this point, but it's just something that we're hoping to do. So as our years, go on, I'm hoping to keep increasing this brokerage account a little bit every single year, so that at some point we are putting a lot more towards that and have a big like nest egg built in our brokerage account. So that is all of our total expenses. Did I even say electric, or was I talking? I can't remember. We have $219 for our electric. We are on budget billing, so that amount has been the same for quite a while. So $219 for our electric, and that brings our total fixed expenses to $3,150, and our remaining at $4,150. So moving up to our variable expenses. So most of these do not change very frequently, but like I said, we did update our grocery budget this month just because it's summer and I feel like I've been burning through groceries so fast. So spending, this is my husband and I spending money. We don't track it. We just give each other $100 a month that we can spend on whatever we want. It's not a ton of money, but it's enough that like we can get, whatever we want, like that's small. So like, for example, sometimes especially in the summer, I'll go do like a pedicure or whatever, just to have something of my own that like I don't have to track the money or anything. Then we have gas. We've been doing $2.50 for gas, and that's been working out good. We may need to increase this during the summer because again, we are doing travel baseball, so we are kind of out and about. Now we're not traveling super far for any of our games, but they are like, 20 to 40 minutes sometimes. So we are traveling more during this time of year. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Groceries, we are raising to $9.50. Now I'm hoping that we won't have to keep it at $9.50 forever, but I don't know, maybe we will. We'll see. But the summertime, like we have neighbor kids here all the time. We have my kids home, and my husband and I are home more kind of in the summer, just like we're eating at home more and all that kind of stuff. So $9.50 I think will work out really well for us for the summertime. And then fun and kids, I did actually debate increasing this one as well for the summer because we do end up doing a lot more with our kids during the summer, but I'm gonna leave it at 100 and see how we do with that. And we also have miscellaneous for 200. Again, I kind of use these a little bit interchangeably. So like if we run out of money in like our kids fund, I'll just dip into like our miscellaneous because that kind of just catches any overages anywhere. So 200 for miscellaneous, and then dining out, I'm keeping at 300. I think I raised this last month, but again, like with how much we're traveling and stuff, we do eat out more in the summer. It's just the reality of what we've got going on right now. So that is what we're doing for that. And that brings our total variable expenses to $2,000 and our total remaining at $2,150. Now, I also made some adjustments to our sinking funds. So I have not updated these in a little bit, and I just felt like because we aren't paying for childcare right now during the summertime, or at least mostly, my son is doing some summer camps, but we've already paid for those with like our kids sinking fund like months ago at this point, because like in our area you have to sign up for summer camps super far in advance. But in general, we're not paying for childcare right now, so I did want to bump up some of our sinking funds for the summertime while we don't have that expense. So for car, we're doing 100. We did 50 last month, so I'm going to bump that up. Home, I'm going to keep at 100. We really haven't been spending any money out of this, so I'm not too worried about that. Christmas, I am also putting 100, which we've been doing for a while. Kids, I am bumping up to 100 as well because back to school's coming, summer, sports, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna bump the kids up to 100, which was 50, and vacation, I'm bumping up to 250, which was 200. So I'm just bumping a few of these up a little bit while we do have a little bit of extra room in our budget. So we are total putting $650 to our sinking funds, and that leaves $1,500 left for our financial goals. So working down to this section, we have our Roth IRA, which we are gonna be putting that entire $1,500 to, and that makes our budget a zero-based budget. So I do a zero-based budget every single month. I like to give every single dollar a duty in my budget. It always has an assignment. It's doing something for me. And obviously like our spending for variable can go, you know, up and down. But in general, my plan is to send $1,500 to our Roth IRA for the month of July. So that is all I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, have you done your budget for July yet? Oh, I did want to mention, I know there's 4th of July in July. We don't typically spend any money for that. So if we do have any spending for that, I will take that out of miscellaneous. Also, is that the only, yeah. I think that's the only holiday in July. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Let me know in the comments down below if you've done your budget for July yet, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.